I get so confused when I go on my Instagram now and I see something from 3 days ago. And I'm like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, we don't actually know what words we're ranking for. We've really adjusted all of our social strategies to make sure that we're optimized for search. I would love to see if someone's blocked me.
Do you think you've got a big list of people that have blocked you?
You know, maybe I've got some haters out there.
Just a little bit of help from the platforms would be really helpful.
Would you buy a roast chicken from TikTok Shop?
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Have You Heard? Today we finally got Miss Katie Chandler on the podcast. Finally, she's on board. We're going to be talking about what platform features you would like to see on the platform. So we'll take it away.
I guess we've just been having a little bit of a think recently, just like, what are the platforms missing? What would make our lives so much easier working at an agency? And we've definitely come up with a list.
And also some personal what ones we would like to see, just from a bit of a stalkery point of view as well.
Nice. So do you want to take it away?
I think let's start with the most obvious one that everybody would probably like to see is more clarity and transparency in the algorithms. Mm-hmm. I think it's a massive part of what we do here is trying to figure out the algorithms and what's going to work. And obviously social platforms are so constantly changing that we constantly have to try and keep up with what's trending next, what's going to work. Is it short-term content? Is it long-form content that's going to work on the platforms? And I think just a little bit of help from the platforms would be really helpful and would make our jobs a little bit easier.
So much easier. Yeah, I guess at the minute it's just so much of a test and learn, kind of really trying to see, like, it's going to be bespoke per client, isn't it? Everything is one rule for one isn't going to be one rule for another. You're going to have different kind of content recipes for different clients. You're going to make it bespoke to work for that brand. But to be able to have just like, these are the clear hacks to really hack the algorithm, whilst we know that you can optimize your content to really help, aid the algorithm and aid performance. But yeah, being to have like real insight into how they actually operate a little bit deeper than surface level of what we know already would be super helpful for sure.
But I guess to that point, if we did know the algorithm, it would be interesting to know like how much of our jobs would be taken away, because that is such a massive part of what we do here. And test and learn is obviously literally probably like 50% of what we do. And if it was that easy, everybody would probably be able to do it. So it'd be interesting to see if that did come into play, how many more people would be utilising that and if our jobs would become redundant.
Don't scare me. I guess I had another one as well. So I think we know that social platforms like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, they've all really transformed themselves into really powerful search engines, especially over the last couple of years. And I think, we've really adjusted all of our social strategies to make sure that we're optimized for search. And I think a platform like TikTok, although we can see, the percentage of search traffic and, where that traffic is coming from and the source, for example, we don't actually know what words we're ranking for. So although we might know that, we have a high percentage of search traffic, but we don't actually know what out of the keywords that we've tried to optimize our content for has got us to the top of that ranking. So that would be something that would be super useful.
It's such a big one, isn't it? Like, I think the stat is like 90% of Gen Z users use social platforms for search engine capabilities. And I think for us to be able to see that would also, like you said, allow us to align our content with what people are searching for.
Yeah, it just allows us to be more data driven, able to like spot trends a little bit better. So I think TikTok's like reporting capabilities, they're a little bit basic, but they're getting there and they're starting to introduce more features. So hopefully we'll start to see more kind of search analytics coming soon.
So let's put a fun one in the mix now.
Of course.
So I'm going to ask you something and then I want to know what you would say and then I'll say mine.
Okay.
If you had like a bit of a stalkery trait or like something on your personal Instagram, what would you like to see from Instagram? Like, is there any more like little things you'd like to see there?
Well, I guess one thing that I love is, especially now that I've upgraded my LinkedIn profile, is being able to see who has viewed your profile. I love that. Gives you a bit of an ego boost as well, I guess. But yeah, being able to see that maybe on like your Instagram profile, who's stalking you.
I think it's similar to that, but like on your stories, like how many times somebody has viewed your stories. I think that would tell a lot of info as well.
Yeah. And I would love to see if someone's blocked me.
Oh, I think like Karen, can't you?
No, you can't see who's blocked you.
Do you think you've got a big list of people that have blocked you?
You know, maybe I've got some haters out there. I hope not, but that would just be like really interesting to know.
What about Instagram bringing back time posts?
I would love that. I would love that. Would you not?
Yeah, I would really like that. I get so confused when I go on my Instagram now and I see something from 3 days ago. Yeah. And I'm like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, and then I look like the stalker because I'm liking something from 3 days
ago.
Yeah,
I know.
So yeah, bring back the time algorithm.
On Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
Bring it back, Instagram.
Yeah. Some other ones that I've got on my list. One thing that I find super, super annoying is the fact that especially as an agency as well. So obviously we've got multiple people that could be working on the same TikTok account, but still drafts are still only being saved to that device and not to the account. And it's so, so frustrating for the team. Whilst we want to be able to keep everything in app as much as possible to kind of aid performance, it was still, if we could, people could have access to that, multiple account users, that would be really helpful.
Because Instagram can't you? Mm-hmm. And it's just TikTok. So come on, TikTok.
Yeah, they're letting us
down.
Keep up. Yeah, for sure.
I think the thing with TikTok as well is like anybody, and I guess it's like any social platform, like anybody can post anything. And I think it really takes away that element of like verification. Obviously, if you're a brand, you can get verified. But I think for other people, and like just the amount of content that gets put out there and like, is that fake news almost? Or like, is that thing that they're saying true? I think just some more guidelines around like verified content on the platform. I think there's lots of like misinformation on the platform in general, but also then when people start linking to TikTok Shop and then it's unverified content.
You can come across some really strange, wacky stuff on TikTok Shop as well. There was a phase where I'm pretty sure you could buy like full roast chickens on the platform, and for me, I'm not trusting that source.
Exactly. And I feel like it's very rogue in terms of like people actually being able to know that it's coming from a safe source.
Yeah.
And I think just maybe some more security measures around that a little bit. I don't want to take the fun away from TikTok, but I just think it is a lot of information, especially for young users using the platform. We want to make sure everything's kind of as safe as it can be.
Yeah. I guess like just going back to the roast chicken comment, would you buy a roast chicken from TikTok Shop if you knew it was Sainsbury's verified selling it?
That's what I was going to say, because if the brand has it,
yeah,
technically it's just like online shopping, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I would trust that.
Like
but the fact it's being sold by
a random,
I don't know, chicken boy _23, I'm not sure I would buy that chicken from him.
True. So it's very different. So when you have that brand as the verification, people trust it more. So it's like, how can we verify people? And I guess you can do that through content creators and influencers if they're working with the brand. Mm-hmm. But still, if a content creator was like, buy this roast chicken from Sainsbury's, or Sainsbury's was like, buy this roast chicken from us, who would you buy it from? Sainsbury's.
Another one that I thought would be quite good. So another reporting feature. So I think it'd be really interesting to be able to see, in-app that split between kind of owned media value, earned media value. At the minute, that's something that as an agency, we've got to get quite mathematical, and we have to really look at that ourselves.
Manual, isn't it?
Yeah, super manual. If we could like automate that process, through the platform's reporting features and API, I think that would be super helpful. I think, as we all know, organic social is tough on the streets for organic, especially when it comes to reporting. It's very different.
We're fighting for our lives.
Yeah, it's tough. It's, very different compared to paid media, where everything's maybe a little bit more matter of fact, a little bit more direct when it comes to results. Whereas organic, it's very hard to really justify performance outside of, that viral content that's done really well, and, the impact that organic has had on a wider marketing strategy, for example. So I think potentially having access to analytics for owned and earned media value could be quite helpful. And then another one from me.
So we get her on the podcast and then we can't shut her out. But Katie's got all the answers here.
I came prepared today, guys. So another one from me would be collab posts on TikTok.
Yes.
So we had a really fun brief that we were working on a couple of weeks ago for one of our big clients, and we wanted the campaign to be TikTok first, and we just part of that campaign process, we were like, oh my God, if we had the access and ability to be able to do collab posts on TikTok, the performance for this campaign would just skyrocket, especially when it's so influencer and creator heavy. But we can't, so that's a shame.
Do you think it'll be interesting to know if it is something they're considering bringing onto the platform, because I know social platforms very much like to copy each other and what they can do, but I think it is very like an Instagram owned feature. So I wonder if TikTok, obviously they've got duets, so maybe they're thinking that's their
they all
equivalent.
end up copying each other anyway,
Come on TikTok, so let's do it.
Yeah, the rep is downstairs right now, so we could actually go speak to her.
Will be your test for it as well.
Yeah, we're going out for fish and chips with them today for lunch, so maybe this could be a topic.
Them into getting the feature.
A topic over fish and chips. We could just corner her and tell her all the features that we really want to see on TikTok.
It sounds like a good
idea. She can make it happen.
Let's do it. Thanks for listening, guys. That was a very short one from us today, but let us know what features you would like the platforms to consider, or also what you would like to see to make either your social media management easier, or just some little sneaky personal ones that you'd like. Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye.